afternoon, evening. Today, I want to do a very quick analysis on gold. We see what this guy is really doing before we continue. So, yesterday we didn't have as good experience as such with gold. Today, we are looking forward to be getting some very good pips in case if it's able to give us exactly what we want. Let's check first the directional bias right now during normal session. We see what this market is doing before we proceed with other things. So one of the first thing we're gonna do, because yesterday, it is what it is. Some days maybe it might not be okay, but some days the most important thing is when we make wins, how much do we make, And we do it live every single time here, and we do analysis. We see what the market is doing. So on the weekly time frame, on the weekly perspective, we have the market currently still rejecting this weekly favor gap up here. The market was pushing up, and then we had gotten, in the weekly perspective, we have gotten a change of character down here. This is like a change of character, okay? Then the market pushed briefly up. After this change of character, the market has not done anything to the upside, has not broken any structure. We saw the market coming to this order block. The market still respecting this order block. And I think even is the one that yesterday gave, that strong sales and things like that. So the market came here, respected this order block, and we can see the market receded. It's right now still in between, okay? So now the thing that, something that we want to look for is, let's go a bit lower and check the market structure, because now on the weekly time frame, according to what we are seeing so far, down here we have a change of character. We have a change of character. Down here we have a change of character. And then on this level here, we have a retest of order block. So we are just talking on the weekly perspective still. This is the retest of an order block. And then we still have the market that is still playing within this section of price here. Okay. So you remember yesterday, I was thinking, in case if the market would have broken here very strongly, possibly would have continued to the upside. But what I'm seeing so far is that this market is still bearish. Okay. This market is still bearish. I think it's something that is quite evident with gold, that is still leaning more to the bearish side. Okay. That's something that you can evidently see. It's still leaning to the bearish side. So we have seen this other block being retested. So I'm still thinking that there's a chance this market, even maybe next week, you can see the market still retesting. Let me check let me show you the price. This is the price where gold will be selling most of the time, 27.21, until it is broken with the body of a weekly candle. So 27.21.02 will be a selling zone, and because we have already gotten the market breaking this low here, okay? So that's in the terms of weekly perspective. The moment this high is interfered with, that's when we'll start talking about strong buys coming in, okay? So this is like, now we are calling this one like something like a protected high. So this is a protected high, okay? This is a protected high. Then we have an order block. We have a change of character down here, okay? So let's see. Now we go back to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we see what's really taking place, okay? So the daily time frame also will just be looking at the market structure too. So the weekly time frame, we have seen the market breaking this structure. Even this one was broken. The market has not come to this high yet. We are still pushing lower and lower in a bit of a bigger time frame. Now we are watching this pullback, because on the weekly time frame we have already seen the market breaking structure to the lower side. So now one thing that remains is that we want to see what's happening, because yesterday you see that we didn't have much of a good experience as such with gold. It came back again and again and again. Today we see what's really taking place, because it depends. In case it may be something like 30 pips, I think 30 pips gone, and then and the next one is such kind of the same thing. But you want to see that the moment you're taking it, if you can maybe get something like 200 pips or 250 pips or 3 or something of that sort, the way we usually do it here, then you find that at the end of the day, especially if you're using a good risk management, you are good. Okay. So guys, ensure just to leave a like. Ensure just to leave a like. Tap the like button. So now this is the deal. On the weekly time frame, we have agreed, okay, that this market is still bearish on the weekly perspective. That one, there is no complaint. We have known that. And we have already discussed that the point where this market will be pushing to the bearish side every time is at 2721.02, because that the zone is like a unique support zone where the market will be resisting most of the time. And on the daily perspective, the market structure that we'll be paying attention to, since in the daily perspective going lower, we'll be focusing on the intraday trade. This one now is in terms of swing perspective, because there's a possibility in swing perspective this market is going again to push lower, something that I'm seeing. But now when we're talking about intraday perspective, we have to look at this section of price here, this one. So this is like a pullback, okay, but it has a trend in itself, so it's like a complex pullback in a way, okay. So that's the portion of price that we are right now we are dissecting and seeing what it is doing. So on the daily time frame, what can we see? On the daily time frame, by dissecting this market here, we can there's no much we can see, because now we are focusing on this pullback, nothing else, okay? Because on this pullback, we are waiting for the market to push lower. We have not noted any significant break of market structure within the daily time frame lower. So it will push us to go to something like, so on the daily time frame, we'll be marking a fair value gap like this one here. So let's just mark it and call it daily fair value gap. Daily AVG. Let me call it a daily AVG. Okay. And then that's on the daily perspective. Then we go back to something like 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, now let me remove the daily dividers. I think they have nothing to do with us here. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame, we also will be focusing on the market structure. Okay, right now we know that one thing that we are targeting is to see shift in market structure to the bearish side. Okay, that's one of the things that, because now on the weekly perspective up here, we have seen that this market is responding to the weekly order block. Okay, so it means now if we can see a change in market structure in a lower time frame, like 4-hour time frame, then possibly we will know where this market is supposed to respond to the bearish side, such kind of a thing. So on the 4-hour time frame, let's see. No, I don't consider this portion here as a break of market structure. That's personally, I don't think, because this high was not broken. So this one still, I don't consider it to be. So the point where I believe this market will officially change character to the lower side in the lower time frame is this low here, unless this low is broken. So just get my point very clearly, and you will be, for those who will be around, you will see exactly how the market maybe will be behaving. So this is the point for lower time frame chop. Okay, so this is the point for 4-hour time frame. Let me just write 4-hour time frame. For 4-hour time frame, 4-hour time change of character. Okay, so I'm dissecting it slow so that you'll be able to get it. So the moment the price breaks, which price point? Let me just mark it. The moment the price breaks 26.75, that's when we'll be having a change of character in the lower time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame. Without that, this market has not broken structure to the lower side. Although we know that most of the time we'll be selling here. So now it's as if we're having something like a point. So 27.21 is basically will be remaining as our possible selling point most of the time. Maybe this week, next week, and things like that. Especially if the market does not break it. If you see the market coming there and giving some retest, you know that there's a possibility. Let me just measure the week and see how many pips. Yeah, something like 100 pips plus. So maybe stop loss just above this point, or extreme, maybe waiting for the market to wick there, give you some reversal pattern on the lower time frame, and then there's a chance you can be able to trigger an entry. So let's continue with our let's continue. Okay, so a point of for 4-hour time frame change of character. So now the question is this: at this moment we are here right now, what are we supposed to look for? You know, that's the next thing that we're supposed to discuss right now. We have watched the weekly time frame. We have seen that the weekly time frame is preparing for sales, not just any sell, but there's a possibility of swing sell taking place. Okay, because there's a chance this market can come back again and break this low. Okay, attack this low here. So there's a possibility of, in the swing perspective, getting around, maybe from this point, if it returns this point, getting something like 1800 pips plus. Okay, just an estimation. So now, in the intraday perspective, because I think that's what we are interested in the intraday perspective, what's the deal? Okay, so this is the deal. In the intraday perspective, we have seen the 4-hour time frame, because now we are dealing with the pullback. All of this is a pullback, but it is a complex pullback to the upside. Okay, because it has a trend in its own. So we had seen the market coming up, doing what? Let me just dissect it in the 4-hour time frame. So just pay attention for those who are around. We have this market coming lower here. I think this pullback just started here. Okay, we had a change of character at this point here in the 4-hour time frame. The market breaking, changing character here, pushing higher, coming back to the mitigation zone. This is the mitigation zone. You have seen the market was reacting so many times, reversing at this mitigation zone and pushing high. Okay, and then as the market had reacted to this mitigation zone, you have seen we had a change of character, sweep of liquidity, again another change of character to the upside. We are just talking about the complex pullback still, but with the bigger picture, you know that this market is possibly preparing, is still bearish. Okay, so now the market has touched on the weekly order block. Possibly are expecting the push lower, but at the same time as we are expecting the push lower, maybe I believe some of us, we might think that this is a change of character down here. But for me, I told you that I don't think so. Okay, let me just make it to be white. You might think that this is a change of character, but according to me, I don't think if it's the case, because okay, if you look at this candle that formed this swing low here, it was not broken to the top. So I don't expect this one to be a swing low. So the swing low that I'm expecting is supposed to be at 26.75. So what does it mean? It means there's a possibility this market can still continue misbehaving, pushing up and down within this section of price here. Okay, until 26.27 is broken with the body of the 4-hour candle. Without that, then we'll still be continue going bullish and bearish around this point. Because even at this point, you can see, since the market has not changed character to the downside, one thing that we can note here is that this market was forming a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, right now this is a pullback. So that's now the case. So now whatever we are having right now is what? Is a pullback. This is a pullback now. Okay, so what are we supposed to see on this pullback? Now that's where we are coming to. So it means even on this section of price, since the market has not broken the extreme low, we can still get what? We can still get buys. Okay, we are still allowed possibly to trigger some buys there. Okay, but how is the buy supposed to take place too? That's also another thing that we are supposed to discuss too. Okay, so we go to something like in the 4-hour perspective, we know that the market is still has not broken structure to the lower side. So there's a possibility of us even still continuing to the bullish side. It's very possible. So we can be pushing down to something like 3-hour time frame. You can see on the 3-hour time frame, the market is at this level gap, is tapping this order block, but we have not seen in the 3-hour time frame the market breaking structure to the upside. Let's just go to the lower time frames and see if we have any break of structure to the upside. I don't consider this one too to be a swing high because this one did not break the low. Let me just push lower. That's not a swing high. That's not a swing high. Not a swing high. Okay. Not a swing high. So generally talking in the perspective, yeah, I think on 30 minutes, nothing. Yeah, on 15 minutes time frame I've seen. You can see that we had this swing high here, then the market had broken lower. We had some pullback at this level here, then the market, did the market break this high? Let me test. Do we have this high broken? Let me see. Yeah, I think this high was broken with the body of a candle here. Let me just make it to be 1 pixel. Yeah, basically we have this high being broken here. Okay, so since we have that high being broken, one thing that we have now at the back of our mind is that whatever is happening down here is sort of something like a pullback. Okay, So basically, we might expect this market to do what? To respond to this order block. Sorry, this rejection candle here. Okay, maybe it can be that part of the rejection candle, maybe the consequent encroachment of this rejection candle. But now we have to investigate this section and see how does it look like, you know. How does it look like? Just a moment. How does it look like? So let's check what happened at this point here, because now we are expecting so far what we have seen so far is that we are expecting gold to do what? Because we have dissected from the swing perspective, weekly time frame, daily time frame, 4-hour time frame. So we know in the 4-hour time frame, the only zone that when it's attacked, we are at trouble. We are in trouble is this section of price here, this price point here. That's when we know the market will now be coming back to pulling back to a premium zone before pushing. But at the point now, we can possibly be able to take a buy. And where is the buy? Even as we are talking right now, we have seen that this market had already broken structure, a change of character to the upside. Okay, so we had a chalk here. So since we had this chalk here, what does it try to mean? It tries to mean where the price is at the moment we are speaking. The moment we are talking right now, the market is now at a reversal point. This is a reversal point. Okay, so this is the point where buys can take place. So this can be a buying zone. So I'm just taking you step by step. You will see how maybe these things are manifesting live and things like that. Okay, so buying, this is possible buying zone. Okay, so we have dissected the market from the higher time frame, the market structure from the higher time frame, lower time frame, coming lower. Guys, just ensure you leave a like. Yeah, I've told you guys that yesterday, we didn't have as much, especially with that shoot lower, took our 30 pips yesterday, but it is what it is. We want to see if we can be able to take some big pips, go with, that's our mission. That's our mission. So monitor keenly. That's what we'll be monitoring. Just monitor keenly how the market will be behaving here. Especially if it maybe try to break a little lower. Yeah, you can see the market is already reacting, because now we are talking in the perspective of the high of this rejection candle. Okay, we are talking in the high closing price, and if it interferes with that zone, guys, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is something that is manifesting here. If it push lower in case, then we are expecting it, at least maybe it might come not more than the consequent encroachment this low. Okay, there's a chart. When we go back to something like 1 minute time frame, let me check. On the 1 minute time frame, let's check the left. We want to see a section of price that responded to some unique. Yeah, you can see even in 1 minute time frame, this is an order block here that was not retested here. Okay, broken with the fair value gap, which is quite nice. But I would love it. Okay, there's something I'm seeing right now. I would like if this price will come to this zone. So personally, I think this would be the best zone. Okay, we have already marked this zone. So basically, the market is supposed to come briefly below, not below, briefly around the consequent encroachment. But everything I'm telling you right now, you can see them live now. You can see the question you ask yourself: why is the market responding exactly at this zone? Exactly the point I marked. How many pips? That's like 25 pips to the upside. Okay. So now this is the deal. And the next thing we're asking ourselves is this: do we have to take a trade just like that? I don't think yes, we can place a buy limit here. But what maybe I can advise that I think is maybe good for us to do is to do what? Because even I can see right now the market has even I've already broken structure to the upside. So to the upside, we have this swing high. Okay, so this would be like the target, because we have to include the aspect of time as the market is coming in. The liquidity is being pumped in the market. We have this swing high here. Okay, so swing high target. This is the swing high. This is the target. Okay, during London session. So this is the point we'll be targeting. And where exactly are we coming from? The point where we are taking a trade, according to me, it depends with the risk, how much we are risking. So right now I'm asking myself, because I've already told you that the market, can you see guys how the market is reacting here? Do you think it's just any other thing? How many pips is that? This thing is happening live. I told you very well that when you are here, you will see how the market is reacting live to those zones. That's almost 30 pips. You can see. Do you think this is just any other zone? I don't think so. There's something. And the market almost reacted to the pip to that point. So on the lower time frame, we'll be expecting something like a shift in market structure. That's possibly what I'm thinking, because in case if our stop loss has to be lower here, I'm expecting maybe the market to do some funny things here. What is the kind of funny things I'm talking about? I'm expecting the market possibly to manipulate this low again. Since there's already change of character in the lower time frame, it might not happen. The market might just go and take liquidity on the upper side. But it will be good if this market will come to this rejection, maybe especially the consequent encroachment of this rejection block here, and then the stop loss will be something like, yeah, that's 40 pips, it's something that is okay, taking that 40 pips there, and then the market, you leave the market to go to the buying side. But at the end of the day, since we have not gotten shift in market structure to the lower side, I'm expecting this market now to play between. In the 4 hour time frame, I told you that this market is supposed to play between. Let me just make it to be cleaner. Or should I use another chart, guys? I think I should use another chart. Let me use a chart for the not Oanda. Let me use let me use Oanda. I think Oanda there's even prices that are already marked. Yeah, Oanda already marked even earlier on, and even I think I marked this zone as the buying area, complex pullback. This price point, according to this price point, I was even also expecting the market to tap on this order block here. Okay, you can see exactly what I'd marked before. But for this one, this reaction, it took place on the high of the rejection candle. Okay, when we go to the, I think 15 minutes time frame, is a bit clean. This rejection block here, this level here, you can see the market really reacted to the high of that candle and then started pushing to the upside. A very nice rejection there. Okay, but we wait, because for me, I'm expecting, in case if the market can push significantly lower. But at the end of the day, also, what also you have to know is that even as I'm waiting for the market to come this low, we have to see a reaction. Okay, a reaction. That's the most, because like yesterday, the market tapped the trade that, for example, the trade that we lost, that 30 pips trade, that it around 30 pips SL. Remember, the market first gave us almost 30, I don't know, it was 38 pips. Boom, 38 pips. It tapped our zone 38 pips, and then, which means in case if you would have break even, and most of the time, it's most of the time, if it's a loss like that, tap something like 38 or 40 pips, and then crawl, and then reverse. Something like that. But for me, I usually like maybe break even at 50 pips. But it depends with everyone's style, such kind of a thing. So let's wait and see. So this is the price point. So just ensure you leave a like, guys. Just ensure you leave a like. We see how things are really going on. Okay. For those who want to join the Prof Pump Challenge, just reach out to me. For the rest, I think I talked to you yesterday. We will also see today how we are going on with the challenge. The moment you get in, I will tell you possibly. But as long as you have identified a good Prof Pump that is okay with you, no problem. Okay. The most important thing, possibly try to see that it is a good, repeatable one. For me, I usually like, or should I not mention, okay? But maybe if you want to get into the challenge, you can just reach out to me. I add you to the team. We have a challenge where by the end of this December, not the end of December, by the end of next week going on, we are supposed to be done with the challenge, So if in case you are interested to join, just reach out to me. So let's wait for this guy here. Yeah, you can see this was a change of character. After the market has tapped that 15-minute time frame, this was a change of character. Let's see how it is going to go, whether it is going to be manipulated or not. Because according to me, I'm waiting for the market. It's just below this price. Okay. So this one, the market has already given us change of character here. A very beautiful one. And now the market has come lower and is responding to this order block. Okay, so this is an order block. Order block. Yeah, so those who asked me yesterday, I think, concerning the Pro Farm, the size of the challenge, any whether you have a 5K bat, I will recommend any of them, because at the end of the day, I will be giving you a recommendation of lot size, such kind of a thing. As a team, there's that recommendation of the lot size per day of the Pro Farm, that challenge. So there's no need for you to worry much about amount you're risking per trade and things like that. Then sometimes there might be a trade, but we might just decide not to take a trade. We just come back tomorrow. Let's check. Yeah, so we have seen a change of character. We are seeing now this order block being retested. Okay, now we are targeting this order block. The moment for us to know whether this order block is a good one or not is if its rejection lead to the break of this high. If you have this rejection leading to the break of this swing high, then it will be a nice one. Basically, it will be a nice order block. Okay, break this high, then maybe we might expect the market again to come and retest another order block. Then maybe from that point there might be a continuation. But without that, maybe it might not make much sense. So guys, just ensure you leave a like there. If there is any question you have, just let me know in the chat. Now let's wait for this guy. But a zone that I talked about, that we call a hotspot. So this is our hotspot. Hotspot. So let me mark a price of our hotspot. The price of our hotspot is 26.79. But above it, we have seen the market already responding to the rejection area in the 5 minutes time, in the 15 minutes time frame, rejection candle. That's why the market tapped that rejection candle, and then we have a change of character to the upside. Although basically want the market maybe to come to the consequent encroachment of that rejection, or we push, consequent encroachment will be around this section of price here, around 26.27. Okay. But for this order block, in case if you have to prove it is true, then it has possibly to lead to the break of this swing high. And then from that point, the market might retest again, some funny things there, and then, continue. So let's wait for that. But you have seen exactly what I've told you so far, how the market responded to our zone. A very beautiful one. The only thing remaining is for us to have some confirmation. We don't want to joke around with this guy. We want it to, give us something today. Wow. That's a nice rejection there. Let's see. That's a nice rejection. Let's see how things gonna go. If it happens nice, that will be good. Now let's wait and see. Let's see how things are gonna go. Oh boy, guy, this that guy is going for the order block, baby. Let's see what's going on. I just don't want this guy to again, change his face. Let me just play something small there. Just something tiny because I was really expecting it to come to our hotspot, but it does not seem to respond. Let me just place something tiny there. So you wait. One I can be able to manage well. And some small entries there. Tan, 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 tan. Those tiny entries, I believe. As I manage them, maybe I will add on as the market do something again. So guys, you can see exactly how the market is responding to the 5-minute rejection. So this thing we are doing it live. But now also, I've also given you a reason in case if the market come to responded back, came down to something like the hotspot for buys, we know. You know exactly the reason, as I'm saying, the reason why the market is might possibly attempt to come to that zone. Especially if this order block does not lead to the break of this high with the body of the candle, then you know there's a possibility of the market doing some sketchy stuff up there. So let me change. Tan, tararan, tan, taran. Guys, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a like. As you do this thing live, just make sure you leave a like there, okay? And sure you leave some like. Okay. Let me remove the London guys. Let me mark. Yeah, so I would advise you, in case maybe if you cannot scalp very fast in out, then just wait for the real trade, especially after breaking that high. Okay, I think it will be better. It will be better. It will be better for you to just wait for that and then see what the market is doing. Okay, so let me just mute. I'll be back. So we are waiting for two things. The first thing we are waiting before we take a trade is for the break of this high. Okay, the break of this high. We want to see that order block leading to the break of this high. You see this high here. That's when we validate it. That is a strong OB there. This small high here. Okay? The second thing, if it sweep it, then we are coming back to the hotspot for buys down here before we push to the upside. Okay. Okay, let me just organize. God yesterday wanted to mistreat us here. Let me see. Let me turn it back to. This is supposed to be. Oh, guys, this market seems to even be ready. This market, this market seems to have already given a buy. But let me watch. Let me continue watching and see. As you know, you're waiting for the break of that low. Let me monitor that. the only one thing I'm realizing is that this market, even the sell that occurred, the market had perfectly given us a very nice sell. I think I was not just picking. The first sell that came to that PDRA, it was a very straightforward sell, by the way. I'm just realizing now. No, I don't think if it was a clean one anyway. Yeah, it was not a clean one. I don't think so. I think the one occurring right now is the one that's, I think, can make some sense. Tan, tararan, tan, tararan, tan, tan. Okay. Change character. Okay, let's wait and see how things are going. I just think this is the game. I think this is the game. Let me mute, guys. I'll be back in case that high is broken or we are at the hotspot. Let me just place alerts. Let me place alert at this high, and I also place alert at this hotspot zone, so that in case the market reach any of them, we are good to go. Yeah. Ten, 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 ten. Now let's remove this until the break of that high. Let me now mute. I'll be back, guys. Okay. Guys, buys on gold seems to, it might still continue. I don't know whether you guys are still around, but this buy seems it will continue. And we might get, it might go to something like around 40 pips. Let me measure. Yeah, the price might react to, it might go to around this zone here. My thought though. Though you know, at this lowest point is where we are waiting for that buy. I can feel it, that this guy, there's a chance. There's a chance of this guy, in case if it push like this again, then we are going here. But that one maybe might not be as a high probability as on this hotspot zone, but is the one that possibly can fast start before maybe we have something like a roll down, you know. Though you know we are still expecting it to break this high so that we see what is the strength of this order block by the break of this high here. Yeah, let's still wait. I'll be back. has picked it up. It has picked it up. It has picked it up. Guys, gold is going to go. So now I think we are going to look for a space to get in. We have to wait for a retest of some order block somehow, somewhere. Because I can see this guy's buys is going to continue. And it is going to possibly take the Asian high liquidity. But the first thing it's going to 2686 before possibly pushing higher. But I can see that this guy is ready to go bullish. I don't think if it will come back to the hotspot for the buys. I don't think so. So the only thing it needs to do is to retest some order block or such kind of a thing. And then something like a retest of another block, and then we push higher, But in case if it can come to the retest area, so if it comes to this area, this is the zone where you can buy this guy. If it comes back to this zone, then this is a zone where you can take a buy, where the stop loss is at that protected low down there. Okay, but only if it comes to this low here. So if it pushes on that low, you can take that buy. I've seen that. I don't think if this guy again will come to this hotspot for buys. Even the initial trade I'd taken, they are just still running, I've not removed them. They are still running. Unless maybe I see it is giving a very it's changing picture. That's when maybe I can think otherwise. But now I'm still on it. So with that retest of that zone, there's a possibility of an entry occurring there. The first entry will be just at this high. Then you break even. Then you take. And then this guy, I think, is supposed to go all over to the high. The extreme, I think the extreme high is at the, let me check. It's supposed to break this high, going further up. What is the price of that high? Okay, the price of the high start at 26.84. The high is at 26.89. Extreme high, okay? The final TP. So we have the first TP 26.84, second 26.86. The last one is 26.89. Okay? Hope you got that. I'm muting. I'll be back briefly. And for instance, for example, if you want to take it well, then consider looking for a reaction, okay? The moment you tap the entry, then look for a reaction. For example, right now, if you tap 2682.12, which is the entry, you have to see it rejecting there. That's a good sign, you know. But even right now, as we speak, I doubt even if it can come to the entry, but who knows, you know. Who knows? For me, I've just left my entry to run to see how things will really go because I have faith in this boy. Yeah, so I'll be back. Let me just mute. I'll be back. How many are in? Let me know. How many are in? How many got into gold? Because I can see this guy could continue buying. How many are into gold? Is there anyone who is in? I don't know how many of you are in already. Now, let me just mute. I'll be back in some moments from now. Oh boy. Gold gave us TP1 before the crash. That's bad. Boy, that's gold again. It gave us around something like 20 pips. Gave us around 24 pips. So that was around that's very manipulative. Let's check. Let's check our hotspot. Let's check the 4-hour time frame. So it means there's something the 4-hour time frame is doing. There's something 4-hour time frame is doing, because you remember what we talked about, that if the 4-hour time frame interferes with that low, then possibly we are changing direction. So this is the hotspot for the buy. Let's see how the market is going to behave here. Let's check this hotspot zone. Yeah, so we are talking about this is supposed to be the hotspot for the buys. Let's check how the market is going to behave again here. Okay, let's see. Let me check on the left. What do we have? Yeah, so let's see. Our hotspot for buy is at 79. Yesterday it gave us 38 pips crash. Today 25 pips. I don't know, 25 pips. Before that is heavy fall. Let me see how it's going to behave here. The moment if it interferes with this order block, then we know. Let's check it even on the 1 minute time frame. We had an extreme order block down here. The moment the market interferes with it, then we are done. You know, this market will continue pushing lower. Let's see. I think this market from yesterday, this market has given us a that time. Let's see. So let's remove this one from the candle we were talking about. Let's just come down to this guy. 5 minutes. Gold has broken the low of that 5 minutes candle. This guy now is bearish. So I don't think if gold will be targeting the swing high. This guy now is bearish now. At that low we were targeting, because now we are also even watching the 4-hour. It's as if the 4-hour candle is targeting this swing low here. So that's the guy we will be watching for, because this low has been broken. So now what we'll be looking for, we have the break of the high. This was the extreme high here. Let's just mark it. We got some very nice reaction here. How many pips did it give from this point? I think it was at 30 something pips. So unless this 15-minute candle ends, then we see how it's going to end below this low. Yeah, let's just watch how it is going to behave below this low. But now I think we have seen that this market now, the 4-hour candle is looking forward to continue pushing lower and lower. The only thing we'll be watching for is the market to respond to some section of this price. Basically, maybe retesting this price is on here, this accumulation, and then we basically continue low. Okay, let me see. We have the extreme low. This one has been broken to the upside.